This is Abe Freetanzer from Awards Radar, and I'm thrilled to be speaking with Steve Zahn today about the White Lotus. How are you, Steve?
I'm good, real good.
Great, I'm so glad. What did you know about this show when you first signed on, and what appealed to you about it?
Well, I didn't know anything about it other than it was Mike White, which almost right there is enough before you even read it. And then I read it, and I was just blown away by it. And it came, during a time when I hadn't worked forever, and I didn't know what was around the corner, and to have something this quality with you know the likes of this cast and Mike kind of fall in your lap at that desperate time. It was really a gift. Yeah, I was all in. I was just blown away by it.
And you get to act opposite Connie. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that, and not only, you read a good script and it's quality, and then when you go shoot it, it's something special. But that doesn't always mean that when you watch it, it's as special as it felt when you shot. And this one is very unique in that it fulfilled all those check marks. Really, I love watching it. I watch it like I haven't seen it before, or like I'm not in it, which is really unique.
That's great. And what is it like being married on screen to Connie Britton?
Oh, Connie's amazing. I mean, we couldn't believe that we hadn't worked together. It's one of those things. But no, she's just someone that you can completely trust and is so smart and just, a pro. And it was easy.
Do you think that Mark and Nicole's dynamic in their marriage is very different because they're on vacation, or are they sort of always like this?
No, I think they're always like that. I mean, I think all these people are always kind of like that. I mean, they carry around such pretense, it's just, sometimes it's just so hard to watch this, Mark, my character, has got this just myopic view of the world, and she's this go get 'em, a personality, success. And yet they have these problems that are very, very common and very kind of, rooted in a very kind of primitive, the age-old couple. And it's just that they hide it behind all these hats and clothes and money,
And you share most of your scenes with Fred Hechinger. What can you say about working with him and building a rapport as father and son?
Oh man, Fred's like, it's the beauty of this business. You go work with people that are like, more than half your, he's, what is he, 20, 23? And yet we were like pals, there's no hierarchy when it comes to acting. You're just amongst your peers, no matter what age they are. No, we hit it off right off the bat, and we spent a lot of time. It was kind of like we were doing a play. Remember, he would just come over to my room, and we would just go over these scenes over and over and over again, to the point where we thought, we had really analyzed and worked on them so much that we just thought we knew exactly what we were going to do or what Mike's intent was. And then we would go shoot him, and Mike would just throw us 3 words, and the entire scene would change, And I don't know, Fred's incredible. I mean, he's just a really smart guy and a smart actor. And there's just not a weak link in this show. Usually you do show and you're like, that one didn't hit so hard. But everybody in this show is just phenomenal.
Yeah, and one of your most memorable scenes, for me at least, was your bar-side conversation with Armand, where you're asking him some rather intimate questions. Was it fun to shoot that scene?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, Murray's amazing. Yeah, that was so much fun. That whole day was so much fun. I remember just, I had a couple of days of just shooting drunk scenes, which was just a blast. And he just blows me away in this show. And he's got a heavy lift, more so than most of us. He just tail spins, man. It's just so hard to watch. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And you said it's such a great cast with no weak link. Is there anyone else that you particularly enjoyed interacting with and sharing scenes with on the show?
Everybody, and it was beyond just doing scenes. It was so unique because we were truly in this bubble. We were in this like COVID weird in paradise. At this resort that we couldn't leave, so we just hung constantly. The crew, the extras stayed at the hotel. It was really unique. Every night we were down on the beach to watch the sunset. Just so crazy. And while it was just it was so horrible what was going on. People were dying, and yet we just took advantage of the situation we were in, which was this great show and this great place. And we got really tight. I can say maybe one other cast I can remember, which was That Thing You Do, where I got that close to people. It was really unique.
And so for the first few episodes, Mark makes a lot of comments that are sort of, not so serious. And he just seems like he's trying to bond with people. And it's Nicole who's making a lot more sort of outlandish statements about privilege. But then in episode 5, Mark has this, very unexpectedly sort of serious speech, which reveals his true feelings. Was that a very unexpected, dramatic turn for you?
I don't know. You mean the speech at the table?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember looking at that going, Mike, this is so heartfelt, right? This guy is like, this is his soliloquy, his it's totally from the heart. You say, yeah, it's gotta be. And I remember when I did it, I was getting emotional and everything, but then Mike puts the music over it. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And as a voyeur, it's absurd, it's weird, it's but Mark is so honest, he's so honest all the time, which is a great quality to have, but it also can bite you in the ass, and it does constantly. He doesn't edit himself at all, which is beautiful, but also just a pain, yeah. Yeah, I remember working on that and trying to, be as heartfelt as I possibly could. Yeah.
And I know that this is only supposed to be a limited series, but without spoiling how it ends, do you think that there's more story to these characters? And would you come back if there was a season 2?
Oh, yeah, totally. But I just don't know how you would do that. I'm sure they're kind of like sitting behind closed doors trying to figure out what they could do. But I don't know. It's kind of impossible unless you just kind of followed Jennifer or you followed us, or you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. Maybe some things are good in 6. That's it. You know what I mean? It's the beauty of it all. So story well told and put it to rest. But I'd do another one for sure. You kidding? It's great.
And what's your wildest memory from a family vacation?
A wildest memory? Oh, I don't know. Craziest. We don't go on a lot of vacations because we live on this farm in Kentucky. When I'm not working, I kind of like to hang at home. I'm kind of a hermit by nature. That's why COVID wasn't that horrible for me or my wife. My wife is a writer and just like sits on the back porch and writes 8 hours a day. So it was like, but oh, I don't know. We did road trips. I remember with the kids, it was like, hey, you guys should do a road trip. You have to have a road trip in your repertoire. So we all piled into a car and we didn't even know where we were going to go, but we drove to Gettysburg. And we spent like 4 days in a motel where the kids thought it was so amazing because there was a candy machine outside the room. I thought that was just really like top notch. We were staying at a really nice place. Yeah, I don't know. No horror stories from the Zahn.
That's fair. And you play a different kind of father in a recent film, Cowboys. Can you share anything about the making of that film and what that was like?
Oh, that was beautiful. That was a little film up in Montana. Anna Kerrigan, wrote it, and it's a beautiful script, like one of the best scripts I'd ever read, and I knew it was a incredible part and role to play, and I'm really proud of that movie, and I urge people to watch it. Does a little movie make a noise in the woods when it lands? It's kind of like it was a little gem for sure, but a lot of fun. Riding horses up in the backcountry of Montana was pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have any roles from your career that really stand out to you or that you find people always are recognizing you from more than something else?
Yeah, I mean, that thing you do is we're on our 25th anniversary now. And all the guys go to EPA, which is where the band is from in the movie, and go to this ballpark and do this kind of reunion thing over Labor Day. But that one is a big one, and like Saving Silverman and Sahara. I got the beard now, so it's like people recognize me from Rescue Dawn, a Werner Herzog movie. But I don't know. I guess I'm just, after you've been around the block 80 times, you're just part of someone's subconscious, they're just somewhere in there. Usually they come up to me and I'm just the answer to the Jeopardy question. It's like, hey, what am I thinking? You're like, I have no idea. help me figure out who you are. It's like, I don't know. I shop at the Kroger. Maybe that's it. So anyway.
And what do you have coming up next?
What do I have coming up next? I have I did another Tall Girl for Netflix. We did another one of those. I did a movie called 8-Bit Christmas up in Toronto. A really good kind of nod to John Hughes, kind of circa 1985 movie, Christmas movie. It's really funny. Now I'm just farming. It's sitting on my butt.
It's great. Well, I really appreciate you speaking with me today, and I hope everybody will enjoy what's left of the White Lotus.
Yeah, I hope so. It's really fun to be in something where people are really digging it. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, and so nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you.